This is going out to Pavlos. So let's recap for the recording. So what we've covered is that this is an array list, and an array list, this is how you make one. The difference between an array list and an array, they are both containers that can hold variables, but an array list can grow and shrink dynamically, whereas an array can't really do that. An array list can only hold non-primitives, though. It's bigger in size, and when we want to add things to it, we use the add method. When we want to show things from it or get things from it, we use the get method. And so we have put some strings into our array list, and now we are about to show them. Also keeping in mind that to use array lists, we have to import the library, which again makes it bigger. So let's run it. And did we get everybody? No, we left out Jaden. So why did we leave out Jaden? Ava? You put a... I like Ava is disappointed in herself because she put a 4 there. Okay, we can. So now, what can we maybe put there? What would your thought be? Does anybody remember what we did for an array? Page. Hold on. Good. Okay. For an array, we actually use the dot length. So, but for this one, our array. And when you're not sure, your array is called AL words. So I type AL words, dot, control space, and then I just kind of look for, okay, what's going to give me the size or the length? Oh, there's no length. And I keep going. And, oh, hey, size. That looks happy. So now, if I were to run it, there we go. So we include, yes. Yes. I'll tell you. Yeah, I'll tell you after my next coffee. I think, yeah, you can. Yes, you can. You can get pretty, and that's why, by the way, another reason that you would, like, you could imagine this line here looks complicated enough. Can you make a array list of array lists? Well, yeah, you can. So you could make tic-tac-toe using array lists, but then you would have to, yeah, it would be let's not, you would have like this, array list of string, you know, something like that. And so that's not very user friendly, shall we say. So it's probably better to just leave it here. Yep. Yeah. It's like we planned this. That was my next spot we were going. So yeah, here we have non-primitive strings, and you can see how we can put stuff into the array list. You can see how we can show it. Just before I leave it, also, if I were to do something like this, if I decide, oh, right, I typed it wrong. Oh my goodness. If I clear it, everything would go away. And also I can remove. So if I remove, I can either remove by the index. So if I remove the third thing from the array, that would remove who? It would be Jacob, because we're still going 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So I can remove by index, or I can also remove by name. So I can say Isaac Peters is going to go. And now if I were to run it, you can see that Isaac is gone. But what's important to note there is, like I said, when you do remove something from the array list, you don't have to reshuffle the indices. If you were to do that to an array, that spot of the array would become null. So what I'm saying is, this code here means that when we get to here, we get like this is the 0th spot of the array list, 1, 2, 3. If we did this in an array, first of all, we can't just remove. You would have to say the 1th spot of the array would be blank, and that blank would actually show up here. But with an array list, when you add, it grows, and when you delete, it shrinks. So you don't have any kind of wasted space, if that makes sense. Okay? Yes? If you add null, I think you can, yeah, I think you can do that. So if you wanted to, I believe you can add null. Yep. So as a programmer, if you have a reason that you want null to be there, you can do that. It's just normally we don't. Are you laughing or choking? I can't tell. Choking. Okay, as long as you're not laughing. Just for the record, that was not a life-threatening choke. No. Okay, Xander's question. What if we wanted to make an array list of integers? And by the way, this is where I'm introducing this on a Wednesday, and you have a Greenfoot project due on a Thursday. I don't expect anybody... Friday. I don't expect anybody to go back and put array lists into their stuff. Okay, but knowing array lists, it would make high scores a bit easier. So you can actually create an array list of integers. Now, if I do this, it's going to fail. As you see. And it fails because of what I just told you. You can't have an array list of primitive objects. Luckily, for every primitive, there is what we call a wrapper class. Not the wrapper as in Drake, like WR, wrapper class. So if I want to make an array list of integers, I can do it like that. If I want to make an array list of decimals, it's basically the exact same word, except now it's capitalized. Except character is actually the whole word character. So I can make an array list of all those primitives. I just have to know what the wrapper class is. So if we make an array list of integer, it's all the same stuff. I can put in 4 and 99, 7, 42. Can I put in 7.5? Lossy conversion. But if I were to make this a double, is there going to be an error when I complete this, do you think? Right. So you can put whatever you like into an array list. And then this would do the same thing. It would just show all the stuff in it. So array lists are very, very, very handy. And as you see, there's a lot more you can do with them. And some of those might actually be of use, like clear. We didn't do the clear, but clearing an array list if you wanted to. Index of allows you to find something in an array list. I don't think there's too much more there. Replace is often good, replace all. You can sort an array list too by alphabetical. Yeah. So there you go. Quite handy. And most programs like Facebook or anything where you have, if you can think of any example where you're writing software where you don't know how many things you're going to have, an array list should come to mind. Yeah. Well, you could write a loop, right? So let's say here, I could write a loop and say, if I get the X thing from the array and it turns out to be 99, then I could replace it. Yeah, sorry. I'm glad you brought that up, actually. Let's run that. Oh, right. Wait, what? I ran that, didn't I? Oh, I forgot to spit it out. There. So what this code just did is said, okay, let's look for 99. So I have a loop that goes through my array list. If we get the xth thing from the array list and it turns out to be 99, then basically we're going to set the xth thing to be 88. So this is replacing a 99 with an 88. Make sense? All right. Are there any other questions about kind of how they work? Function? Knowing that we're going to do a little exercise on them here in a second. Okay. So I'll give you some time to figure out if you truly understand. I'll stop the video. Thank you, everybody. Signing off.